Speaking on Sky News, the Secretary of State for Transport claimed Tony Blair's repeated attempts to reverse Brexit with a second referendum are not a problem for the British government. Mr. Grayling said, as somebody believing in leaving the European Union, having Tony Blair arguing the opposite is not necessarily a problem. I mean, the one person politically in this country that doesn't get much of an airing is Tony Blair. But I think the important thing, and if I have a frustration now, is for those who are still saying we should have a second referendum, we should turn the clock back. Sky News Brexit News, Grayling trashes Blair's latest attempt to stop Brexit. Look, we've taken the decision to leave. The public has voted, Parliament voted over a year ago overwhelmingly to trigger Article 50, let's get on with making this a success. Let's not try and do what the European Union has done itself in the past in other countries, which is go back and say we didn't like the answer. Let's try and ask the question again. That's not going to help this country. It's not going to bring us together. Let's work together to make sure we have a good, bright future outside of the European Union and make sure we remain good friends and neighbors with the European Union. As somebody believing in leaving the EU, having Tony Blair arguing the opposite is not a problem. Chris Grayling on Thursday, the former Prime Minister Tony Blair claimed it was more likely that Brexit could be stopped now than a few months ago. The comments come after the Foreign Secretary hailed the glorious future ahead for the UK when it quits the EU in 1 year time. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's Today programme, Mr. Blair repeated his calls for Britons to think again about leaving the European Union. He said, "No, it is not too late. It is not too late until we leave, and the reason for that is very, very simple. Until we know the terms of the relationship." And the Prime Minister made a very important commitment on Monday. She said, when we get the withdrawal bill before Parliament, we will also have terms of the new relationship with sufficient detail so we know exactly what the future looks like. At that point, that is when you know the alternative to European Union membership is. The sensible thing is to take a final decision once you see the terms of the new deal. The extraordinary thing that we have been brought to in this country is for people to say no. You decided that in June 2016, it doesn't matter what the terms are, it doesn't matter even if there are no terms, you have just got to leave. What people like me are saying is, no, we keep this under debate until we actually see the terms of the new relationship and we can decide whether those terms are better than what we have now.